Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of one Kaldheim draft. We got Tundra Fumarole as our rare. 3-drop snow sorcery. There's not a ton in red. Not a ton of snow cards, but there's like Svella, Frostbite, maybe one other I'm forgetting about. But this deals 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker, and you add colorless for each snow spent to cast it. So it's kind of cool. And that mana doesn't empty. I mean, it's a 3-drop removal spell at worst. Still pretty good. A little bit difficult to cast, I guess, with the double red. But otherwise, Dwarven Hammer, which is a card I do actually love. I really like this card a lot. I feel like it just wins games all the time. You get a 5/1, you attack with it. They either take it or take 5. Either of those options are good. They kill your 5/1, you just re-equip it. Really strong. Good game finisher. Iron Verdict's playable. I haven't really seen much of Divine Gambit being good. That's a tough one. All right. In red now, we've got the Titan. We have Axguard Cavalry. We have Tormentor's Helm. Other notable picks in here. I like Narfi. Narfi's a cool card. We have a Snowland. I haven't played with the Doomscar Titan yet. I'm kind of interested. Keeps us more on a giant path. I imagine it's a pretty good card. You foretell it and you get a 5-mana 5/4 hasty beater. Pretty efficient. And pumps your other creatures too. And keeps us on color with the first pick. Probably a good card. Maybe leaves us open to still doing like a Is It Giants deck. I do think Narfi is cool. And I think Narfi's probably stronger than Doomscar Titan, but that looks pretty color intensive to start her off. So why don't we just try the Titan out? Because I'm interested in it. I really like this Tormentor's Helm a lot. It's so cheap. All right, here we can take the Demon Bolt. Seems obvious enough. Good removal spell. And keeps us with the red plan for now until we figure out what we're doing. Boreal Outrider, good card. I like it. Lord Effect for snow at uncommon. Just a strong card. You don't even have to pay extra. You just use snow to cast it. It's cool. Firewalker has impressed me too. This card is good for any deck probably. Particularly aggro, I guess, because they, run out of gas pretty quick. Skull Raid I like a lot. Recruiter is too expensive, I think, for that boast. I don't like the Cleric. I misread this card and thought it was every time you cast a second spell, you can put counters on things, which would actually be good. But it is not that. So, and then a couple of the lands. I do like those. I've been calling them spell lands. I don't know what to call them. Well, we can take Squash. We do have a giant. Otherwise, Notvold Slumber Mound is a cool card, but we can stick to red still for now and take the Squash, see if giants or changelings, even if we don't end up changelings make this cheaper, so it's another path to go. The Kinseekers are playable in giants, definitely. But I like Squash. We can take it. Get a lot of removal to start her off, but that's not a bad thing. All right, there's an Undersea Invader, but this is an okay chance to take the Firewalker, I would say. I'm not really impressed with the Boros archetype so much in this format. Creature tokens you control that are enchanted or equipped. I mean, doesn't that seem extremely narrow? You have to have a creature token. It has to be enchanted or equipped before you get +1/+1. I mean, granted, it's a 2-drop Lord, but... And then whenever another non-token creature you control dies, if it was enchanted... I mean, the first ability is pretty relevant, but... I saw this played once. I actually thought it was kind of cool. It's a weird card, but I think it's pretty good. Either way, we're going to take the Firewalker for now. Till we... we can take another Squash. These Squashes are going to be bad, though, unless we end up with enough Giants or Changelings. But we'll stick to red for now. The Frostpire is playable. And nothing else really blowing my mind in there, so, okay. Well, I really like Packmate a lot. In red, we just have a Raider, a Slumber Mound, and open the Omen Paths. So I could take the Slumber Mound, but do I just want the Packmate? There are changelings in green. We've got like Masked Vandal and the 2-drop one. And those would make our squashes cheaper. I do like Packmate a lot. And there's a Snowland in here as well. I mean, both of these are going to require me to be in green. This doesn't take up a slot in the deck. Maybe that's better. I haven't really played much with Notvold Slumber Mound. I'm going to take the Packmate, though. Alright, Invasion of the Giants. Well, I want to. There's a Snowland in black. I don't like Way Down. This is that other Boros card I was talking about that's just pretty narrow. I mean, getting a couple treasures over a couple turns is okay, but then you just get an equipment, and it's kind of whatever. We'll take the Invasion. I'm still, I guess, holding out hope I can make an Is It Giants. I mean, with 2 squashes, we kind of want to be in giant colors, I would say, because hopefully it works out well for us. We can take Provoke the Trolls. I guess you can deal it to anything. Kind of an expensive burn spell, though, but stick to red for now. So we can take the Invader. Tormentor's Helm is a good card, but are we looking like we're going to be... I mean, we still could just be more of an aggro thing. Undersea Invader is really not that impressive other than being a giant. Can get cheaper with Invasion, and it does work with Squash, but it's kind of expensive. I'll take the Helm. I'm going to just cut red hard here. So we can take the Masked Vandal here. It is a giant. It's totally main deckable. And so it makes squashes cheaper. It can blow things up. Yeah. All right. Can take another Tormentor's Helm. I'm fine with that. Over a Vault Robber and a Roots of Wisdom, whatever. Can take the Undersea Invader. Can take the Vault Robber. Vault Robber's not that great. It's okay. I'm going to hedge. I'm going to, even though I'm technically passing a red card, I'm just going to take the Invader in case, because we're still getting a late Frostfire here. And, well, we got the last pick Slumber Mound. That's pretty good. Vargoth in black. I think Fura is good. We could take the Pretender. It's a changeling. It turns on the squash. Creature types we have currently are 2 giants, 2 berserkers, and a shapeshifter. Otherwise, in red, there's just a Firewalker. Probably take maybe the Frostbite makes the most sense. Just a 1-drop removal spell. Keeps us in red. Still trying to figure out exactly what we're doing. Whether it be green. Am I just doing mono red again? That would be interesting. Alright, so there's a Bergstrider. We don't really have... It is a giant. We don't have the snow to support it yet. There's Augury Raven. In green, there's just Arachnoform. Red, we could take the Pup. Pup is good with the Tormentor's Helm. More of an aggressive plan, but we probably are going to lose out on Squash. I mean, just have a couple directions we can go. I don't like Bergstrider, though, without the snow. But it's early enough, maybe we can pick up the snow. With double Tormentor's Helm, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling this Pup, actually. Mono Red worked well for me last time, although, granted, it was mostly Magda doing the work there. Get past the Cosmos Charger is kind of crazy. We don't have a lot of... Unfortunately, we basically have almost no Foretell. We do have some, just not much. And it's not a giant, but it is a Flash Flyer. Or we just take the Craven Hulk. It keeps us with the squashes. It's a fine beater. It's efficient for red. It doesn't really look like a Charger deck so much, but, I mean, it's certainly stronger than Craven Hulk. We'll consider it. Probably get the Hulk back anyway. Rune of Speed, there's a Pretender. So Pretender is an actual giant. So is Mistwalker. Pretender can be played in mono red, though, too, so I think it's better plan for us in case we stick to this mono red thing. Rune of Speed in here. Struggle for Skimfart green removal. I'm still kind of... I haven't quite decided what I want to be yet. That's the issue. So we could take the Gladewalker. It's actually another changeling. There's also Bergstrider. So what I like about Gladewalker is it's cheap and turns on squash. That is good. And we have a couple other pretty... Like, I like the Slumber Mound more than the Frostpire. No red card for us. There is a Raven Wings. I think I'll take the Changeling over the Bergstrider. Another Bergstrider, huh? Well, we can take the Veil. It's a Frostpire, Giant's Amulet. All of these are fine. There's an Outrider. We'll take the Veil, see if we get these Bergstriders back. No red. There's a Yeti. It's not a giant. Some white stuff. This pack's a bit of a miss. I don't want the Longboat. Could take the Yeti. Alright. Could take the Thought Thief too, I guess. Alright, some red stuff now. So could take the Hulk, can take the Raider. There's an Effigy, and there's a Snow Forest. So Snow Forest, guess, kind of works towards a Frostbite plan. Otherwise, I just take a red card because I'm feeling like... And if I do, it's probably the Hulk to turn on the squashes for mono-red still. Or green-red. Hulk is still fine there, too. Like, our 2 snow spells are still perfectly fine without the full value snow stuff. Eyeside Troll, on the other hand, not so much. No red in here. Can take the Invader. Second one, don't really need it. But with 1 snow, I don't think Troll's going to happen. So I guess we can take the Invader. Whoops. I'm the master of clicking on something the exact second it's about to disappear. So we can take a colorless snow, but maybe I'd take Dual Strike. I actually don't have much I can do with it. Have like 3 spells it works with. Doesn't even work with squash. I'll just cut red, I guess. A colorless snowland there doesn't really appeal to me. So some blue, getting evasion with Rune of Flight. I mean, Rune of Flight's the strongest card in here. Otherwise, Lindworm and Mammoth Growth for a green plan. I don't know what we're doing yet. I'm figuring it out. All right, we're gonna take the red rune here. How many creatures do I have? Only 12? Okay. Pretty creature light. Particularly since we're in like 3 colors at the moment, but that's okay. Waking the Trolls. So destroy a land, put a land card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and then make a bunch of Troll Warriors. That's kind of cool. Raider, we don't have a ton of boast. Can take another squash, but we haven't even pulled the trigger on a second color yet. Thinking maybe green. Maybe we take the rare here and just pull the trigger on green. In which case, I cut blue and end up needing quite a few creatures, actually. Yeah, we have 9 creatures. That's pretty light. So we could take Waking the Troll still. Otherwise, there's a Frenzied Raider, but let's take the Waking the Trolls. That's fine. All right, we can take Squash. We can take Helm. Probably take the Dwarven Hammer. It's a creature. There's a Guardian Gladewalker, turns the squashes on, another 2-drop. But Dwarven Hammer's stronger, certainly. And there's an Outrider, but once again, just don't have the snow to support that. Maybe get the Gladewalker back, that would be nice. So, can take a Gladewalker now, that's fine. I don't know how hyper aggro we are anyway. We'll take the Gladewalker here. Which is fine. It's another changeling. Turns on squashes. So we can take another squash. What do we have for creatures? 10. Wait, this is gone. 11 with this. Well, I think we need more creatures. I can take a second Dwarven Hammer. Or I can take the squash. We're at like 11 creatures. I'll probably take the hammer. I want the squash too, but I need to have at least a few creatures in here if I expect to win. I can take the Replicating Ring. Lets us get to our 5 drops a little bit quicker. Or we can take the Sculptor, but we don't have the Snow. Or we can take the Cavalry. It makes us... I mean, I don't like the idea of ramping in the same deck where I'm doing, like, Tormentor's Helm. Guess we'll take the Cavalry. Arnie slays a troll. Well, it's on color, but maybe we need this Frostbite to survive. I mean, we're on color with this, so... We're also lacking creatures, so I don't know how good Arnie's going to be. Probably need the removal if we're creature light. That makes sense. We'll take the Frostbite. All right, we can take Spirit here. We actually do have a Snowland to find, but we don't have enough snow permanents to support it. It's going to be weak otherwise. I think we'll just take Craven Hulk. Makes squashes cheaper too. So we can take the Raider or the Sculptor. Raider's probably better for this deck just as like a random discard draw effect occasionally. Got the Squash back. That's good. We'll take it now. We have enough creatures, so that's cool. I can play these squashes probably pretty effectively. Can take Sulphurous Mire, or we can take a third Tormentor's Helm. What are the chances of playing 3 Helms in here? Well, we're pretty creature light, so pretty unlikely. But do I even need this Sulphurous Mire? Guess we'll find out. Don't need any of this. Just take the uncommon. It's best of 1 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Can take the Troll, I guess, in case. Not good enough for this deck, but that's okay. So the deck is not bad, actually. It's not bad. We've got some interesting things going on here. So we don't need the Frostpire. How many actual snow things do we have? Not going to play the Troll, I don't think. It says 14 creatures, but we've got more than that because of the hammers, so we're really at 16. I feel like Troll's not going to really work out in this deck. It's probably the card I want to cut. I'm going to cut the lands for now, too. Do I want to run Sulphurous Mire? Probably not, actually. It's a tap land, and we're just... like... Basically, play a tap land to occasionally get 1 colorless land from Tundra Ephemeral and never be able to turn on Frostbite. It's just not worth it. The Veil we keep in, even though it's a tap land, just because it fixes for both our colors. So that one actually makes sense, but... It's 11, 12, 13. This is kind of a creature. This is kind of a creature. Although, a little bit slow, but it is a creature. Get the Packmate. We ended up with a decent amount of shapeshifters. 4 shapeshifters and 3 giants, so that's not horrible. 7 for 3 squashes is possibly good enough. We have to make some cuts. This is Foretell. We don't want to cut creatures. So, Rune of Speed, which draws a card. But I think I like the Helm better. I'd rather have the permanent buff to power and toughness, even though this draws a card. I'd rather have the thing that stays on board and makes my stuff stronger. They might not even make the deck. I don't know if we've got space for that nonsense, so we probably just cut it. Pretender's a changeling in here, and I guess we're still either naming Berserker or, well, I guess we actually have more Berserkers than Giants, so I guess you would name Berserker. Yeah, that makes sense, because this makes Berserkers too. So really, we've got like 6, we have like 10 Berserkers, so that's actually pretty good. I actually want to play these Tormentor's Helm, I just don't think we have space for them. So probably ditch them, and then we just need to make 1 more cut. And we can call it a deck. And we have a good amount of removal, too. And it shouldn't be a creature. I don't really like Fearless Pup in here anymore. Particularly since we don't even have the Tormentor's Helm. But do I want to go to 14 creatures? Not particularly. I might be able to, though, because we have the Slumber Mound and the Waking the Trolls. That's true. And these are like 5-drops, though. We have a lot of 5-drops. I guess we have to... Here. Oh, phew. There it goes. I just needed my curve to look a little better, so just got to put those in the 2 slot. Perfect. Now it's a perfect deck. All right, so more red than green. Don't need double green. I mean, we're borderline mono red. We could be mono red, but I want to play these cards. I think they're worth it. And I think our mono red deck would not be that good, particularly since we really don't have any extra creatures, so we'd be way too creature light. Yeah, this is interesting. So we've got... That doesn't really need to be considered double red because it's got Foretell. This is certainly double red. But other than that, not much. Probably do, what, 10, 7 is what I usually do in these situations. So this would be 10, and then it would be 10, 8. I mean, we almost have 3 times the red. But we need green early, so I think 10-8 is actually appropriate. We need the green on turn 2, so I think we do it like this. I don't think this deck looks busted by any stretch of the imagination, but we ended up with some pretty good removal, and we've got some longevity with the Dwarven Hammers, and we have some early removal. So I think this deck might be able to hang. I guess we'll find out. We'll see you round 1. All right, so we're here in game 1. We're on the draw. We have 10 sources of red. We do have a Gladewalker we can do on turn 2. I think we keep it. We risk not drawing a red mana, but I don't really think this hand is quite bad enough to mulligan. All right, they go Shimmerdrift Veil. We draw a Packmate, which is a pretty excellent draw, actually. I'm going to do the Packmate over the Gladewalker because a turn 3, 3/3 is still pretty good. Plus, we need to find our red mana. All right. Well, let's go Packmate. Hopefully find our red mana. That would be ideal. We didn't, so we'll do that. I suppose we trade. Taking 4 is pretty excessive. Plus, we already drew off Packmate, so it's kind of like we already got value. Oh, jeez. That card's good. Well, we found our red mana. So this lets them just destroy target creature with power less. Well, the nice thing is the Hulk doesn't have less power, so guess we'll do that. All right. Well, got some choices here. They left up 4 mana, so I kind of feel like the Hulk's going to get killed. So I guess we'll just attack, because I'm kind of feeling like there's a verdict coming or something. Maybe not. All right. Well, let's go. We've got some choices here. We definitely want to cast a red something with red. I guess best use of mana is Cavalry Gladewalker. So I guess we can do that. And I'm going to put the counter on the Hulk post-combat. The reason I did the Hulk rather than anything else would be that that Angel has Vigilance. Vigilance and Double Strike, as it turns out now. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, a second red mana would have been valuable there. Let's do the Hulk. And I guess we'll give her haste. And get in there. And I'm not attacking with anything else. So we'll block with our... We have a giant, so I guess we can keep the auger. Actually, I probably lose the auger. Alright, so they're going to drain us and kill us, and I think it's over. Wonder if I can go... Can do hammer. But we tap out. We can give it haste. We can get in for 9. I think they just take it, especially since I'm tapped out. Well, guess we'll just... Yeah, we're super dead. All right, we'll go to the next game. All right, round 2, we'll keep this. So... This is interesting. Do I want to do the Raider first to maybe find that 3rd mana for the Pretender? I think so. And I think we'll get rid of... Well, it's Gladewalker or Vandal. They're both changeling. Vandal has more potential upside, but Gladewalker pumps. I think we're going to dump Vandal. You get more utility out of that, but I think this is fine. The extra counter I kind of like here. All right, we got our 3rd land, which is good, so we can name... I guess Berserker was the most we have. But I can do Giant and get double pump now, so I probably do that. So we can attack first here. I'm fine with the trade too, if they want to do it. All right. So we'll name Giant. We have 1 less of that in our deck, but we have it in our hand, so I like it more. Sure. So we can squash that, but we probably just do Gladewalker. And we can get in for 4 here. Sure. All right. So we can squash that. And frostbite that. And get in for 3. Well, Waking the Trolls is sure not going to do that much if we're missing land drops. Hmm. Oh, I found our 4th land. That's good. Well, I hope to blow up that land at some point in this game. Well, hammer's cool and all, but... So we'll get in for 6. That's fine. And we'll play the hammer. So that way if we don't draw a land, at least we can equip it to the Gladewalker and have trample. That worked out pretty well for him, actually. Oh, they got us pretty good there. So, now they can trade. And we can't play much here. So I guess we... And they have a giant, too, so they can do the glimpse, huh? How much do they have to pay for it? Just 1? That's too bad. Alright, I guess we go... Yeah, we're kind of in a tough spot now. Guess we do Veil and we'll name red, and then we can't do anything. Man, their Dwarven Hammer worked out a lot better than ours. Alright, we do the land. I think I'm just going to go for Waking now. And blow up their mountain. And no attacks. I don't even think... We need to rip a land to even have more than what they have. Well, Frostbite's cool. Yeah, we'll take your land. And then... Guess we'll play the Outrider. And pass. Unfortunately, Waking the Troll's not going to do much for us here. Basically just destroyed a land and took a land, but not that great. Kind of looks like they drew a fight spell the way they were looking at stuff, but we'll see. Well, squash is cool. So they only have 3 blue up, so that's cool. Let's frostbite this, which obviously is not great. And then we can attack with the Outrider, actually. See how they block. Happy to trade Troll for it if they want. I'm willing to trade Troll for Outrider. Alright, so now we squash it. And we can kill the Vandal. Very good. I still have 1 squash floating around in here, I guess. Packmate's a good draw. Let's draw that first, or play that first, rather. Yeah, we'll attack with both. I don't know. I suppose I could play it if I really wanted. Alright. Let's see. So I can attack with the Hulk. And then which one do they block with? Well, I guess we attack with the Hulk here. They can trade it for their Yeti, it's okay. Alright, play a Firewalker. And I guess I'll play land and pass. So we'll kill the bigger guy. And I guess we can boast. Maybe rip a, I don't know, Doomscar Titan. Which unfortunately can't play. Provoke the trolls. Well, let's just burn them. All right. Close one. Close game. We'll see you for the next one. All right. Keep. Got some removal. Got both colors. This is at least our best starting hand, I would say. All right. We'll foretell that little fella. So I guess I can name Giant again off Pretender. Even though we have more Berserkers, we've got more Giants in hand. Well, I guess technically we've got... That's debatable. Either way, we're doing Pretender here. But yeah, are we naming Giant? I guess so. Got 2 in hand, so I suppose it makes more sense. Mistwalker's a good one. So we can squash that. We can Demon Bolt it. I guess Demon Bolt makes the best use of mana here. And then we'll... Might as well Frostbite this little fella. I guess I could have waited on that. I mean, maybe they had some way to pump it in response, but... Whatever. Or loot. Bergstrider. That's a good one. So I guess we'll just squash Strider. Man, this waking the trolls isn't so good when you're behind on lands, is it? Sure. Plus counter? Oh, behold. Okay. Probably given up on the Pretender getting buffed and just jamming Hulks and Doomscar Titans as needed. Wither Crown. Well, I don't think I really want to pay for that Wither Crown. It's a lot of Priest of Haunted Edges. So let's take the action and let it die. Just fine. Got a land there. Let's do... They don't have enough to kill Hulk, so I guess we'll do Hulk. Basically, like I said, I just want to make the best use of mana here. And if I played Pretender, they'd just be able to kill it, so... Lindworm. Well, thankfully I've got this squash, so I guess that's good. There's our 5th land, so let's go... Yeah, let's just squash the Lindworm and start the beats here. I'll trade my Pretender for a... we can name Berserker now, actually. I'm willing to trade my Pretender for a Priest of the Haunted Edge. Haven't really seen much of this card in the format. I was kind of interested in it early on. So they do have the ability to... Oh, that's a good way to do it. Oh, but they left it back. Smart. Well, let's do Dwarven Hammer and make a dude. All right. Oh, it's worth it to me. Another Raven. All right. Well, let's get the Titan down. And we can smash for 5. Otherwise, I'm waking the Trolls, which is... They've got 7. I mean, technically we could do that, but I'm taking 6 a turn, so I think we gotta... We're in a bit of a rush here. Frostbite. Don't have the snow to support that. So, I guess we'll equip Glade Walk. And get in for 8 here. Alright. We'll see for the next one. Alright, we've got a good keep here. Raider. Guess we don't need to do Raider just yet. Would I rather have a 2-2 or a 3-2 and a 1-1? 2-2 and a 2-1 or a 3-2 and a 1-1? I'm not sure, actually. I can tell you I don't want to discard any of these cards. So, there's that. Okay. I'm going to play the Raider, and we're not really discarding anything. Could discard a Frostbite, help to find that 5th land, but I'm not really digging that. Mistwalker. Sure. So we got the 5th land, which is good. Raw Spaghetti. Sure. So unfortunately the Pyre is going to be good here. Do I take out the Walker or the Yeti? I can tactically wait for Frostland Pyre. I probably do that, actually, and then I can Frostbite both their guys. Actually, I kind of like that. Let's do a hammer here. Because they're technically... They can do it next turn. So if I keep up my Frostbites next turn, it might actually work well for us here. Oh, they actually have 3 Yetis. That's an interesting offer. Really? Wasn't anticipating that. So we can hammer here. And get in for 5. My Frostbite plan's not going to work as well now if they do the Frostland Pyre. Frostbite or whatever it is, but oh, I see. Okay. I mean, I could have killed the Mistwalker in response, but I don't know. Man, this is where Frostbite dealing 3 would be quite a bit more beneficial. Well, let's attack for 5. Okay. So I can do another hammer. And this is actually okay in my mind, because if they want to use a Frostfire basically to get in 4 points of damage, it's not the end of the world. Oh geez, Cinderheart Giant, huh? Well, this actually I guess works out. Take our medicine here. And then we can actually just hard cast a squash. And we don't have to really worry about that. That's cool, at least. And maybe they'll inflate Mistwalker and then we can Frostbite it. That would be cool. I mean, they certainly have incentive to do that, but they're not. They are tactically staying out of Frostbite range here. So we can do Pretender. Name Berserker. How many Berserkers have I played? 1. So I still have the same amount of Giants and Berserkers left in the deck. They're not going to be able to reveal a Giant. Well, maybe they can. Tricky. I think we'll do Pretender. Guess it doesn't really matter how I tap. We'll do Berserker. And we'll foretell this. And pass. And maybe they try and get us with the... Mistwalker. Not sure. Well, this is actually fine. If they use the Frostfire, it's actually fine. Surprisingly fine. I mean, I wish I'd left another red open now, but this is okay. So kill the Raven. Take 2, or take 1 rather. That's cool, we can do this. Can't equip it, but it's okay. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I don't really want to take 7, but if I do, then I can squash. But then I'm going to die to Mistwalker, huh? All right. All right. A lot of Invasion of the Giants in there. Well, I don't want to, but here we are. Oh, geez. That's not good. Wow. There's a lot of Cinderheart Giants in there. But it actually, it's kind of cool with all the Invasion of the Giants. That makes sense to me. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, it's a keep. Decent hand, early removal. I can play the Masked Vandal to block that. So I might save my Frostbite. Yeah, I can play the Gladewalker too, but we'll do the Vandal. If they want to use removal on Vandal, it's fine. Alright, so we'll do the Raider because we kind of need a land, so I guess we can ditch... well, could be the Gladewalker, actually. Okay. I think we've had mana difficulty almost every game. Surprisingly. So I can squash the Hulk. Hulk squash. I probably do. Yeah, Hammer's a good one. We have those too. So... got some choices here. Can do the Pretender naming Berserker. I feel like we're too far behind to do something like that, though. Kind of want the Firewalker to find lands. I think I'm going to do that. I think we're going to take a little damage here, but I'm going to have to be okay with that. I can trade my Raider for the Hammer if I have to. Oh, it's interesting. Put it on the Hammer so you get the... it's pretty cool, actually. So you get the Death Touch... the Death Touch trample. It's good synergy, definitely. Alright. That's fine. So, we've got 4 lands now. Guess we just frostbite this. And get a pretender naming Berserker. And get in for 1. Their hammer, unfortunately, quite a bit better than ours. Ooh, that's unfortunately going to be real good against us, so that's too bad. Let's see here. No snow. Can't do that. I guess we can do our own hammer here. And pass. We'll just take this 5. Unfortunately, their Berserker with it is quite a bit better, so they have more bodies now. Yeah, it's a tough spot. Tough spot. They just basically have too many bodies out there now. Well, guess we can do Outrider. Lock there. I really like the Death Touch rune on the hammer. That's really good. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Xaxie's lethal, no less, huh? Alright, so we have to stay back to not die because of Menace. I guess play the lands in case we draw the Wake the Troll or whatever. Awesome. We'll see you for the next one. Alright. It's a keep. Frostbite into Cavalry. Maybe Raider if we need something. I don't know what I discard, though, for Raider. Do I just play it as an extra body? Sure. Well, I guess so. Because all these cards are perfectly fine. We'll see what they name. Probably Giant. They're in the colors for it. Berserker. All right. They're like doing the same thing we are, huh? Oh, Fumarol's cool, I guess. Well, they missed their land drop. That could make this... If we hit this Waking the Troll, they're in big, big trouble. Because we're already 2 lands ahead now. And after Waking the Trolls, we'll be, what, like 4 lands ahead, potentially? So, that could be real good news for us. Oh, man. Land there would have been really insane. We would have took them off blue as well. Well, I guess that's not true. They would have had a replicating ring, but either way, I mean, Waking the Trolls is going to be pretty brutal, I think. We can blow up their snow land at least. Although, now we're kind of like dead even on land, so... Alright, so... Fumarole deals more damage. Provoke the Trolls can deal damage to their face. But Provoke can also pump this and get in for 10. Which is pretty significant. I think either way we're killing the Firewalker, but... Unfortunately, missing the land there is pretty harsh. Because now we're actually... We went from ahead 2 to probably behind lands if they play one area. Now, that's actually really funny. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, we actually went from ahead to behind. Nice. Nice last card to have, definitely. Okay. So, I think we'll do this now. We'll have the Snowland. They still have the Pilfering, or they still have the Pilfering Hawk off the Replicating Ring, but... Technically ahead on lands now, which is good, but... Also taking a beating here. Alright, so we can do Hulk, which can't block alone. That's unfortunate. Well, they have 5, we have 7, so we can get 2 Trolls next turn. So let's just do Hulk, and then I guess we'll squash the Raven. They discarded a land. Well, that's surprising. All right. So I could get in for 9 here, but I think we'll just hold up. Sure. This one has trample, which is kind of nice. Well, pretty close to tapped out. It might be a good sign for us. And they didn't immediately find what they needed there. That's good news. But they're going to have all their replicating rings next turn. All right, that's a good draw too. Just because it makes a troll, basically, but that's okay. So we'll get in here. So I guess we'll provoke. Well, I got plenty of resources now. That's a good one. They can make it indestructible too. That's a good one. Tap down our dude. Does it get buffed when they make it indestructible too? I forget. See, exile creatures or cards, any card. Buff it, and then they can sack and make it indestructible. It's pretty nice. You can burn face with that. How did I never realize that? I wonder if there's times where I could have killed my opponent with that and didn't realize. So I guess I can attack with Hulk, but then we just die on backswing. But it can't block alone, so I guess we die anyway. So ended up going 3-3 with this deck. It's pretty good. This deck was like very odd. I feel like I kind of battled against my own deck the whole time. Actually, I guess I'm not quite dead yet, huh? Pretty close, but not quite dead. I mean, I could have... well, it forced me to block here. Well, that'll do it. So, ended up dying. Went 3-3 with this deck. I feel like I was battling against my own deck this whole draft. And it wasn't even a matter of the fact that our creature count was a little bit low. It was like just a lot of mana screw issues, unfortunately. Because I thought the deck actually was kind of cool. It was a weird deck. It just basically had a lot of removal and then went off of essentially the Dwarven Hammers, I would say. The whole plan. Dwarven Hammers, or I guess Waking the Trolls or Slumber Mound. But like surviving long enough off of removal, good removal, to get like the Dwarven Hammer engine online, essentially. But it worked a couple times and didn't work a couple others. So hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.